Dear program participants, their friends, families, relatives, respected invitees, faculty members who guided this diploma program who are present over here, and our chief guest for the day today, Mr. Divyesh Radia. It's my pleasure and privilege to welcome you all on this one of the most awaited event at AMA, that is Diploma awarding ceremony. Right. So, friends, all the program participants I have seen, they have worked very hard throughout the diploma programs, and they were keenly waiting for this day. And finally, this day has arrived. So, on behalf of Ahmedabad Management Association, I would request Mr. Arvind Rajshekhar to come and welcome our chief guest. While most of us at AMA are well versed with Mr. Divyesh Radia and his contribution to AMA, but it is my duty to give a brief introduction still, that what is his personal profile. Mr. Divyesh Radia is an executive director and he owns the organization Orset Hydraulics Private Limited, which is an enterprise engaged into manufacturing of hydraulic cylinders used in machine tools and various industrial machinery. He has served as honorary treasurer for Ahmedabad Management Association, Gujarat Cancer Society, and he has held key positions as founder and trustee at MDK Trust, a charity organization that supports education in rural areas. So education has been an area of his personal passion as well, if I say it. Right. Mr. Divyesh Radia has also interest in international trade, and he has participated into the delegation which visited Japan recently for engineering and automobile sectors representation. Sir, we had 3 diplomas last term, and total 42 program participants were enrolled, of which 22 participants have qualified for AMA CSUSB joint certification. So big round of applause to all the diploma holders, right? The program was guided by the panel of faculties, and we would like to acknowledge their contribution. Mr. Snehal Desai, Associate Vice President, Adani Group; Mr. Divyesh Desai, Corporate Executive; Mr. Amit Agarwal, Education Consultant, who is here in the front row; Mr. Arvind Rajshekharan; Mr. Ashok Yagnik; Mr. A.B. Raju; Mr. Padmin Buj, former Managing Director, JITCO; Mr. Paresh Karya, Director, Otis Limited; Mr. G. Balachandran, Trainer and Motivational Speaker; Mr. Hardik Shah, Consultant at Deloitte India Private Limited; Mr. Sanjay Chakravarti, Advisor, SKC Consultancy; Dr. Sudhir Yadav from PDPU; Mr. B. N. Dastu, Trainer and Management Consultant; Dr. Belur Bakshi, Faculty, NR Institute of Business Administration; Ms. Rama Mundra, Trainer and Management Consultant. So we had a pool of industry experts and academicians who guided the diploma programs. So now, announcing the winners, that's toppers for every diploma program. Right, yes. And before we go for announcement of those names, we would request our chief guest, Mr. Divyesh Radia, to address the audience. Please,
sir. Thank you, Mr. Ganadhar, for your kind words of introduction. First of all, it's mentioned also that I've been associated with AMA for many years, so it's an honor to be here. I'm not really a guest. I'm part of the organization, so घर का मामला है, you know. So I'll say that. And it's been a long journey, AMA, the way it has gone. Most of you, have any of you students seen, I mean, before this building where AMA was before? Anybody? Okay. It's interesting that, you know, AMA is now 61 years old. Okay, founded by the visionary Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. And like you, when I was a student, I mean, much younger than you, when I was in my MBA in Ahmedabad, AMA was, the textiles was booming those days. And by training, I'm also a textile technologist. And I was doing my MBA with finance. And there was this, you know, you have these summer projects. And AMA had summer project, and my faculty member that day, who was also associated with AMA, Dr. P.V. Desai, who was very actively associated with AMA. In fact, he was the coordinator of the some of these programs at AMA. He passed away last year, unfortunately. He had told me, why don't you take up this project for AMA? And since then, I've been knowing AMA. That was around the summer of 1981. So AMA's office was smaller than what Mr. Nair's office is today. It was a 10 feet by 10 feet room in Bank of India, Badra. That days, Ashram Board was very new. CG Road never existed in the way it is. It was a residential area. And that's where the AMA office was. And Dr. P.V. Nair was the president. And you'll see, that of course, it's a long story. But the way AMA has grown after that, in the 80s, AMA came to Punjabi Hall in Navrangpura, near Punjabi Hall. So we had our own premises. Then after 3-4 years, there was another premises where AMA made the library, because that was the foundation stone where we could do some more programs. Especially we started a 1-year PGDM in management. Those times Diploma was not born, but we started with that. So the more resources came. And then in 95, the AMA presidents, they thought, let's try to get a bigger place. And in AMA, we could not buy anything. But because of the good networking of the presidents and the industry people of Ahmedabad, we could convince the Atira management that give us some space in Atira where we'll make a building. It'll be your space, but we can make a building and we can do a lot more. So this building was built in 97. So that's, last year we celebrated about 2 decades at AMA, and that's what and after coming in this building, we have grown leaps and bounds. Besides, we had 2-3 activity centers that time. You are all aware. Those you come to the reception, you see that big silver board over there, AMA activity centers. So when we came to this building, there were about 3. I think today there are 45 activity centers. So we are doing diverse work. Management is not only for businessmen or managers or, you know, confined to an elite people. It starts with managing of self. And that's why we have our popular, you know, Wisdom Week. We have this program of spiritual people addressing us. So it's a gamut of activities, and AMA has come a long way. And in a lot of way, it has shaped people's lives by attending programs, common man, the housewife, anybody, because we have a diverse audience for different kind of open programs, including and paid programs also. Similarly, being associated with AMA, it has also shaped my life. I'll be very honest about it. Coming across different people, coordinating different programs, you come across different situations. On top of it all, the big, we are not coming here for a selfish purpose, but as you know, God always rewards something. So the big take home has been connect with so many people from diverse backgrounds, and there's a big learning ultimately. So people who are coming here for they came for a particular lecture, they see something is happening, they come for different lectures. Similarly, students like you, past students, they keep in touch with AMA through participation in some programs, and because a lot of things are opening, and you know that you don't need to be an AMA member. So many programs are free. I mean, there are very few organizations in Ahmedabad offering so many free lectures and programs of very different kind. Another great thing about the AMA diploma programs has been that, our forte is very clear. AMA is a center for continuing education. We are not a university. We are not, I mean, I want to make big noise about affiliation and all that, but in the reason why people enjoy our programs, and you have witnessed to, is as the faculty members here, they are practicing professionals from industry, from the service industry, from manufacturing, marketing, different fields, or consultants, and they are sharing their knowledge as well as their wisdom over here. So whatever they've experienced. So combination of, pedagogy, academia and industry. That is the great thing about it. That's why the value is there. And as I said, one thing leads to another. Most of you are aware there's a Japan Center near the library. Before the Japan Center, for 8 years, there was an American corner here, what they call the American corner. So that was an agreement, so it expired, so American corner went out of here. And like we have the Japanese teacher here, the American corner, that they were promoting English. So the way we have a Japanese teacher from Japan coming, every 2 years, there was a lady from US, Julie Ciancio, who was teaching English, because not the normal kind of English, but they have a lot of different things. They had different programs in English, and we also went to different institutions with her. And after her stint was over, and she was associated with one of the universities, and that happened to be the California State University at San Bernardino. So imagine that it was, Janardhan Sahib knows that it was she who made the offer, that why don't AMA, we do a collaboration. See, as I said, we did not go for any affiliations. Yes, with IGNO about a decade ago, IGNO person had come as a chief guest in another function here, and he said that you've got all the facilities, why don't IGNO and AMA tie up, because you've got good classrooms and we'll give an MBA degree. So we did that also, but because the person changed, there were a lot of issues with students, so we stopped doing that. But for this California State affiliation, Julie was this thing, and I think when we started our video conferencing facilities, one of the first things we did was several, PV Desai, myself, Janardhan Sahib, Mr. Nair, constant video conferencing with the university at San Bernardino of how to go about this. We had sent our papers, but there were a lot of things to be ironed out, which we could do through the video conference, and the joint certification came. So as I said, networking and one thing leads to another. So now we have this joint certification between the California State University and AMA. So this is the dynamic world, and one keeps on learning. Another thing, I am not here to give you any advice there, but just share some experiences with you. So I think about a fortnight or 3 weeks ago, there was a program here, Trailblazers of AMA. Any one of you knowing about it? Yeah. So see, we had AMA, these diploma courses are going on, I think, for about almost 2 decades now. And there were a lot of people we try to, through our database, through personal contacts, we contacted people, and we could identify about 10 people who are well placed in having different fields, who are AMA students and willing to, share their experiences with AMA. So, and we had a program, so about 4 of them were here, and they were, either one of them was a student, she was a participant of our IGNO MBA, others were diploma, and the way one person is in a senior position in Gift City in the finance, one is in a business dealing with timber and all that, another lady is in the social media connect organization, and one person 18 years old, he's an accomplished person, because he started attending some program at the age of 15. He attended our, not the diploma, because diplomas are PG, but he attended our bakery and confectionery, workshop program. We have a vocational center where we conduct, job-oriented programs known as the vocational program. And after doing that, he became an entrepreneur, and today he is a host of this cooking show in the TV. I forget his name, Janardhan Sahib, what's that? He was here. So there was in the panel, he was 18 years old, and the person sitting next to him was 35 years old, doubled his age. But see the diversity, they have gone a long way. So similarly, these programs will add value. So I request you to be connected as a community. You can learn from each other, be in touch with AMA, attend programs. If you're working for an organization, you can solicit membership. Yes, we never go out to promote our membership, because that is not our purpose. We are already without members, we are serving the society. But good organizations, yes, they are welcome, they can attend programs. And as you are aware, even organizations who are not our members, they can always participate in our paid programs, come to open lectures, so that's very fine. So just sharing you the value addition, what AMA can do to organizations and individuals. And today is a great day for all of you. You're getting your diplomas. So in the lighter vein, I'll say you all become diplomats today. And I can understand the hard work you've done for your projects, and most of you are working people, what I understand. So there is a balance to be done, because at work you've got a lot to, those deadlines are there, and again, family commitments are there. So between all that, you coming into classes, doing your assignments, it really keeps you busy, especially your weekends. And I know this, I've experienced this. For a couple of years in the corporate communication program, I used to take a small session on internet and IT communications. I'm not a person of internet, but I just, as a person who interested, I talked something about it, and AMA said, why don't you take this session? So I know the hard work the students are going on. And again, I must acknowledge the thankless contribution by our faculty. Some of members are here. So really a big round of applause for the faculty members. See, this is the thing. The faculty members here are coming here as they are doing teaching as a passion. Okay, it is not, they don't come, anybody doesn't come to teach here for a living, they are just given a very token honorarium. But it is the passion to share their knowledge and wisdom why they are coming here, and we are all beneficiaries of all that. So really, it's we always express our gratitude to the great contribution by the faculty members, and I really wish you all the best. I mean, you are in your careers, needless to say, hard work will always bring you good dividends, and besides that, yes, there are situations in life where you are very sincere, you're honest, but sometimes the organization is not correct, sometimes you have the wrong boss. We can always say that it's hard luck. It's true, the way you take it. But then you have to find your way out of it. You don't have to rush up into anything. But with my experience, that always situations comes. But with your determination and God's grace and good luck, things, what is a bad day today always converts into a good day. One has to be patient, and this, as they say, this too will pass. So these phases do come. We have to all be prepared, and they come at all ages. It's not that only working people or a professional or working person has it. It comes in any age, so these things will constantly go on. Once again, I wish you all the very best from the bottom of my heart, and keep coming to AMA, be connected, and do great in your careers. And lastly, whenever you get time, maybe not today, but after some time, do involve in yourselves in some voluntary work, any community service, whatever you like. Not I'm saying just do it for AMA, just any organizations, because that is where you really learn, when you are in touch with realities of the society, and where you can always, with your knowledge and experience, you can always contribute in your way. Or contributing is not only with money, that's only one of the way, but by sharing your time and your knowledge for a purposeful thing, you can make a very big contribution. It may be to even a single person. That's very fine. Okay, thank you so much for listening to me patiently, and we can carry on with the proceedings. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Radia Sahab, for truly inspiring message. We shall first now announce the medal winners. Shri Madan Mohan Ramanlal Medal for Outstanding Performance in Human Resource Management, Ms. Shirali Barsha. Please come forward. Then we have Rajiv Vastupal Medal for Outstanding Performance in International Business Management, Ms. Tanaya Surve. Then Rajiv Vastupal Medal for Outstanding Performance in Financial Management, Mr. Kamlesh Kumar Koringa. Please come forward. Thank you. May I now request HR participants, except the medal winners who have already been awarded the certificate as well. Please, all HR participants come forward to receive your diplomas. Miss Aishwarya Patel, Ashish Pandya, Deval Patel, Heli Trivedi, Heta Patel, Kushali Vinci, and Miss Usha Singh. Her husband has probably been in the audience. Is Usha's, Miss Usha Singh's, please. Ha. No, it's okay. Ha. Mr. Singh, her spouse is receiving on her behalf. Very proud moment for him. Thank you. Now I request all the IBM participants, except the toppers, to come forward and receive their certificates. Mr. Akash Patel, Amrit Podar, Om Shah, Brijesh Dobaria, Mr. Divyesh Parmar, Hemant Dhamme, Hitesh Sanwal, Khushbu Rawal, Komal Trivedi, Neelam Khernar, Mr. Brijesh, Mr. Divyesh Parmar, Mr. Hemant, Mr. Hitesh Sanwal, Khushbu Rawal, Komal Trivedi, Neelam Khirnar, Sandeep Kumar Mathukia, and Saurabh Srivastava. Now I request all financial management participants to come forward, except Mr. Kamlesh Kumar, who has already been awarded the certificate as well. Aditya Nanda Kumar, please come all. Mr. Aditya Nanda Kumar. Please keep the round of applause going to cheer them up. Brijesh Patel. Mr. Divya Bajaj. Eric Patel. Keval Shah. Pratik Trivedi. Ritesh Jariwala. Surendra Singh Chauhan. It's not there? Okay. Ms. Vaidehi Trivedi. And Mr. Yash Udani. Fine. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Fine. Congratulations once again to everyone. So friends, as Mr. Radia rightly said, he has given you the complete insight about the plethora of activities organized by AMA from time to time. Stay connected, exchange the value. He has said, the gesture of volunteering. You have gained some value, right? At a right opportunity, also please see if you can contribute something, not only to AMA, but to anyone in the society. He said that, everyone can contribute, either by time or by using their skills in some way or the other, right? So let us all carry this message forward and do justice to what we exist for, right? Thank you very much, Radia sir, once again for sparing your valuable time. And before I invite everyone for the high tea, may I request Mr. Janardhanan to present a small memento to our chief guest, Mr. Radia. Right. Thank you, everybody. Right? Please join for high tea.